You know what I love?
What?
Moya Living. I do. I love Moya Living, and you and I have known each other for years now. And for those who are not familiar with Moya Living, tell me the story.
Wow, it's been a journey. It started with selling reconditioned lab cabinets with my family business, and we started by selling all the peripheral equipment for lab equipment, and then we rebuilt lab furniture, and then we stocked a mile of metal lab furniture. Then we couldn't find it anymore. We got so big, so then we started manufacturing it ourselves, and then it just morphed into Moya Living naturally because I went to school for interior design.
So, talk to me about steel versus stick built.
Well, if you think about laboratories or think about industrial settings or you think about commercial kitchens, they're always made out of steel. And there's a reason for that, for the durability. So it's kind of ironic that we got away from steel cabinets during World War II and now it's coming back.
Yes, but it's stainless, and I don't want a kitchen that looks like a laboratory.
That's a great question. Even I never wanted a kitchen made out of steel when I was doing lab furniture, and I have them in both my houses. It's just amazing. It's just a completely different animal. It's so fresh and clean and pristine, but you can't even tell it's metal.
That's my point.
Yeah.
And you can't tell it's metal because with the powder coating and the options that you have, it really is the best of both worlds because you have this option for color selection. You actually have more options than you would with a a cabinetry brand per se, but the results are more predictable, and I feel like that's something that is so important right now is predictability in product.
Right. And then you also think about it, it's made here, so it's not like you're importing it all the way from Italy, which I love Italian products, but right now with ships and cargo and how long everything takes to get here, it's really nice. I know I'm getting on another subject, but it's just kind of nice to know it's made right here in California.
Well, that is the other subject,
right.
Is that it's made here in California. So again, I feel like, and I'm so tired of talking about the pandemic, but you can't because we're not completely through it yet.
No.
Because supply chain will be an issue probably through into the Q4 of 2023. You have to take those things under consideration. You're made in California.
Right.
Which means you can tell people when the product is going to get there. It's not, well, it's at sea, well, it's 72 days out, well, it's hasn't loaded yet, well, I don't know where it is. You know where it is, you know when it'll be there.
And when there's a problem, we can fix it right away. It's not like a 2-month wait to get to it.
Yeah. So next subject is, let's talk about the custom applications. Let's talk about what you can do with it.
Well, Moya Living can make anything. That's number one. What you can do with it, I mean, you can have it be in your laundry room, your kitchen, your butler's pantry, your bathroom, your garage. It could be made into anything. I mean, anywhere you have, side tables at your bedside tables, side tables inside the house, coffee tables, all that stuff.
Inside?
Inside and outside.
And outside.
Yeah. We're actually doing outside coffee tables now.
Are you?
Yeah, for a client. And then we just bought a new laser, CNC laser, so we're super excited about what we're going to be able to do with that.
Isn't that exciting?
It really is. It's kind of weird, but it's super exciting.
It's not weird at all. You are a creative, and as a creative, you're always looking for ways to modify, change, amend, do new things, which means, and by the way, because of what the product is made of, it can go outside any conditions.
Yeah.
Cold, hot, wet, dry. Snow.
Right.
And it makes, talk to me about saltwater.
So we bake on powder coat on 304 stainless. So it's like marine grade. So it's like a boat. I mean, it's like anything. You need to do good housekeeping. Do you leave it out in the snow for 30 days in a row without a cover? No, probably not. I mean, you can, but you're just going to have more cleanup for yourself.
At the same time, the configurations, the colors, and we're at a showroom in Los Angeles, and there's a partnership with Design Hardware. Talk to me about that partnership. Talk to me about what the partnerships mean with it's not about as many product partnerships as you can do. It's about
No.
making the right
Right.
product partnerships.
So we are all about relationship sales. And as soon as I met Avi and Michelle, I just felt a connection. And we're relationship sales, and we're very selective in who we do things with. And this is going to be our first partnership in LA in the design district. So we're like so excited. We're having our first event today, as you know, and just thrilled about it. And so they will have an indoor and an outdoor and a bath, so people can come here. They don't have to drive all the way to Orange County. All the way to Orange County, people. We wouldn't want to do that. But you can come see it here.
What do you tell designers in working with designers? There's sometimes a hesitancy to talk to clients about new products because the client will say, no, I don't want steel, or I don't want wood, or I don't want this, or I don't want that. Or how do you talk to designers about how to talk to their clients about Moya living?
Well, it is kind of like swimming upstream. So designers, they get their patterns. Like everybody in life, we get our patterns, we feel safe, we have trusted relationships, and sometimes trying something new. So I think it's about, first of all, building that trust that we're here, that we'll back them up. You know, if there's any problems, we'll take care of it. But the designers get it as soon as they see it. But a lot of times I'm waiting for the right project, which, you know, we really can do any project, but that's, you know, a story for another day. But the architects really get it. I mean, when the architects see it, they go crazy. We've done more architects' homes than anything. I mean, in Aspen, Telluride, New York, it's all architects' homes. It's kind of crazy. So they get it.
It is, and it feels like, you know, with regard to lumber, wood, technology has finally caught up with design, and that's exciting.
But I'm just educating one designer at a time and making relationships with one designer at a time, and it takes a while. You know, projects just don't pop up where they want steel, so they have to create that project. But it's starting to work. I mean, it's been like a 2-year process for me of just meeting with lots of designers, and now I'm starting to get, you know, asked for quotes, and then once they get one, then they want it again, and and then we became the new pattern.
The new pattern.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You recently did a design house, Desert Oasis, in Palm Springs.
Right.
Talk to me about that project.
It was a really fun project because the client was a bit of a character. He's a collector. He's a Malibu boy, but it was his childhood home in Indian Wells, and he wanted modern Polynesian, which could have gone very bad. I mean, if you didn't do it right, it could be very bad. But Michael Berman headed up, and Chris Barrett, and they were fabulous alongside, you know, a lot of other designers. And it was very cohesive because the owner had vintage pieces he wanted to use. So it came out wonderful. It wasn't kitschy at all. It was just, I mean, I wanted that house so bad. Oh my God.
Let's talk about that though, because this is not a temporary installation; it's a permanent installation.
Yes.
And it gets really, really hot in the desert.
Yeah.
But when you have a product like this, it's made for the long term. Its longevity is baked in
Right.
to the
But
powder coating.
I'm so glad you asked that question because I actually, you know, out in the desert, I got to physically touch it. It was 100 degrees one day, and the powder coated brown was not hot. The stainless steel was so hot, and even the countertop was hot, but the powder coat was not. So that's it was kind of a really good selling point in hot areas like the desert.
And also talk to me about the color palette for this.
So we can do any color. We have standard colors that we know look good. So that we, you know, it's like painting a wall, and you have to use 20 colors to get the right color. So we know we have colors that look good, but we can do any color, and then we can even customize colors. And they come in 3 different finishes. So you can do gloss, matte, and then a fine texture.
So talk to me about the color palette for this, because the Desert Oasis project, the color palette was a little bit of a stretch for you.
Right, right. Well, I was hoping that our cabinets would be the color, but they picked orange. It's called, I've forgotten the name, but it's a Heston orange. It's beautiful. So we picked a brown, like a bronze brown, and it came out beautiful. But I was struggling with how to go with orange. Chris Barrett really helped, and we picked this architectural bronze color that came out beautiful. And we're going to incorporate it into our color palette now.
Really? That's
Yeah.
That's part of the...
Yeah, it's so nice. It's a really great color.
I love that. And with regard to your relationship with designers?
It's fun. I mean, I'm having the time of my life. I've been doing this for 38 years as far as sales in the lab industry, but for the last, really good 3 years, I've really been interfacing with designers, and I am seriously having the time of my life. I mean, all my friends are retired and wondering what the heck I'm doing and why I'm not at the Pilates class, but I'm just having the best time of my life. And I'm just having I just can't even believe the people that I quote and get to talk to every day. It just kind of blows my mind. Just the high-end designers, it's just been wonderful. And they're so giving as well and helpful. Because we are starting out, even though we are a big company, we are just starting out.
Thanks, Moya.
Sure.